and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, Jon Jordan. Back in my favourite blockchain game, at least of the moment, Splinterlands, now running happily on the Hive blockchain, having transitioned from Steem. What I'm going to do first of all is I've got some card packs to open. So this is a trading card game. So the basic element in the game is having these card characters that you then put into decks and fight other people. For that reason, like most games, whether they're blockchain or not, the kind of mechanic is you have randomized loot boxes, which in this case are called card packs. So I can drag one of my card packs onto there to have it opened, and this is going to drop 5 different cards, probably different rarities, or definitely different rarities, but I don't know exactly kind of what I've got. So what have I got? I've got a Pyra there, that's a rare card. I've got a failed summoner. I've got a Albatross. I've got an epic sorcerer. That looks good. And I've got a lone boatman. So don't really talk too much about these cards, but basically these cards talking about you have the different rarities, and then you have each card has a kind of value. So you have a generally in most of the cards you have a health point, and then you have a speed, and then also you have an attack. Some of these cards don't have an attack kind of values because they are kind of like a support card. So this one reflects magic, and this one is a flying card. So okay, we've got those. So we've got our 5 cards. So it's on the blockchain, obviously. So I can go and view the blockchain data. We can see here we opened 1 untamed pack. I wasn't using any potions. You can buy those and use those to increase your rate of getting rare cards. We can see the transactions that it went through, and we can also see what cards I got that was generated there. And I can go through and click on the hive.com explorer to see again everything that happened and the timing, and it went to my account and all that sort of stuff. So that all looks good. So now we can go and have a look at the cards themselves. So these are all the cards that are playable in the game, but I want to actually look at the cards that I own. So I just drop down here. So I own currently 22 cards, and we can go and see some of these ones that I acquired, if I can remember. So the Lone Boatman was one there, the Sorcerer was one there, the Failed Summoner, and then we had, didn't we? We had the Pyra, which I've now got 2 of those, had one of those previously, and the Albatross. So the cards are all there, that's good. Now what we can do is you can click on a card, gives a bit more detail. So it's not a sorcerer, it's a sporcerer. Sporcerer, so it's like a fungus thing. It's an epic earth monster. So the reason it's called Splinterlands is there are these different splinters, basically the elements. So this is a earth element. I can see its various stats. The other thing to point out is it has this, so it reduces the armor of all enemy monsters. So it has kind of a passive ability. And this is the this number 6 is the mana cost. So when you put together a deck, you have a mana amount of mana you can use. Also, I can see here this is a level 1 card. I've not leveled it up. Needs 3 other cards to level up. Here's the ID. And so this is the interesting thing about blockchain. So the estimated value of this is $80. $80, 80 cents. So that is worked off the value of what is the DEC. So this is the dark energy crystals. This is the cryptocurrency that that Splinterlands uses, and this card is valued at 200 deck, and deck obviously has a value compared to dollars. That goes up and down depending on how much trading happens, but that gives me this estimated value. So the nice thing about Splinterlands is the cards aren't ridiculously expensive. There's not all this kind of like people selling cards for thousands of dollars. So it is kind of manageable. If you do want to spend money, you don't feel like you have to spend loads. But the nice thing about it is there's different things you can do. So I could, if I had more of these cards, I could combine them to level them up, make the cards stronger. I could send the card to someone, obviously, another kind of player. I could list it for sale, so we can go and have a look at that. There's a marketplace. Obviously, that's what we expect with blockchains. I could lease it, so I could lend it to someone. You have to be a pretty valuable card to want to do that, but someone could pay me some money to use it. or I could convert it back to dark crystal. So if I click that option, then this card would disappear. Effectively would be burnt. What we call it on the blockchain would cease to exist, but I would get this deck price. So I get 200 deck back. So this is my dark energy crystal balance at the moment, not very much. So probably just over $1 worth. No, actually, yeah, more than $1 now. It's like, yeah. Anyway, you do the maths. So I could do that. In this case, I'm just going to leave that card because that's kind of quite a valuable card. What did I get that I might not want? So the Albatross. You know, it's not a terribly useful card. It's not very powerful. It's only you've got 1 mana, so it's useful, but it's you know, yeah, not a lot of use. And you can see this is a much lower valued card, 3 cents, 10 deck. So if I wanted to get rid of that one, I don't need to sell it. No one's going to buy it probably, so I can just like burn it back. So I'm going to convert that card back, and my dark energy crystal is going to go up to over 900. So now I'm waiting for the blockchain. For the transaction to be saved into the blockchain, and we can just see it there. So that card doesn't exist for me anymore. In my own cards, it's gone. I've only got 22 cards now, or 21 cards, sorry, but my my dark energy crystals have gone up. So you can kind of see this the sort of thing you can do, and you know, people might have different strategies about what kind of cards they want. Failed Summoner, is he much use? No, he's not very valuable. He's a common earth monster. He's not very good health. He's got this reflect. That's kind of interesting. So maybe he's worth keeping. See if I use him very much in my attacks. So yeah, we'll see when that happens. But something else I could do, I've been saving. I've got this card. One of the first cards I actually got, a War Chang. There's like a War Elephant. He's interesting. He's quite expensive, but he's quite powerful. He's quite fast, and also he can. I won't go into the detail, but he's 2 different positions. He can attack from 2 different ways. I've got actually I bought a whole bunch of cards, so I can level him up. So I think I actually only need 3 cards. I think I bought 1 too many. So I've got 3 cards, and now I think I can combine. I can basically use these cards that I bought these. You know, they were $1 each, so that's not no money. It's $3. It's not a lot of money, but I can use those, and I think if this works, I will combine 3 cards into one. This will work on 3 cards into one at level 1 with 2 cards. So let's actually, I think maybe I need to do 4 cards. Yes, okay. So yeah, so I'll use up those 4 cards, and this one will become a level 2 card. And then I need 6 cards to get into level 3. So let's do that. So I'm destroying those cards and making the card that I end up with more valuable. So you can see now, I did only need 3 cards in, didn't I? So you can see here he's got a star 2, so he's a level 2 card now. His this has gone up from 8 to 9, I believe. So he's more powerful, and his value has gone up because we've consumed 3 at 200. So this card is now more valuable. So that's a kind of a broad understanding of how the card-based element in Splinterlands works. Could go and open some more cards, I suppose. That's the exciting thing. So let's see what I get. So let's have a look. So most of these are pretty boring. So only 1 rare one this time. Giant Squid though. Giant Squid I quite like. He's pretty good. He's got some armor and 1 armor and 4 health. So that's okay. He's not too expensive at 5. He's got decent attack. So yeah, that's okay. These other ones probably not so interested in keeping those because you can see they're just not very. I mean, they have some attributes which are useful. The reach attribute can be useful. But I think I might get rid of those. So let's close that. Let's keep going. You know, blockchains have nothing. Right, what we got? a rare one, a Tower Griffin. Not sure about Tower Griffins. Got 3 health. They attack quite fast, but only got 1 attack, a unit of attack. Other ones, again, probably. Feasting Seaweed's alright, because it's only got 2 health, but got 2 attacks, that's not bad. I've got the Failed Summoner again, that might be interesting to maybe now see if I might go and buy some more Failed Summoners to level that one up, see if that's going to be useful. So I'm still kind of fairly early in the game. I've been playing it maybe now for kind of a couple of months, maybe at most, maybe 6 weeks. But I do find it shows all it shows all the kind of best bits of what you would want in a blockchain game. It's not necessarily the finished product, but very few blockchain games can kind of demonstrate all the advantages of having a blockchain, and also be an interesting game. I think Splinterlands is one that does that very well. I've also got a rare Spark Pixies. I like Spark Pixies because they're really weak, but they're super fast. So that his speed is 5, so he's going to attack first. And he's got a reasonable attack. He's got 2 there, so I quite like Spark Pixies. And I got a rare one as well, so that's kind of a nice. I've got the Failed Summoner again, so it looks like I might be doing some stuff with him. Herbalist, not so much. Narwhal, got good attack, decent health, I suppose, but yeah, I'm not sure. Lone Boatman, no, not sure. Okay, so there we go. And now, obviously, if we want to go and check, so I should have. I had 21 cards before. I've just opened 3 packs. Got 29 cards now. That seems about right. Yeah, because I've got some of these. Some of these are now starting to double up. So I've got 2 giant squids. I've got 2 Biceratops, 3 Failed Summoners, 2 Orc Sergeants. I really don't like the Orc Sergeants. Don't quite know why I dislike them so much. But let's burn those away and get some decks for it. So you can kind of see the idea how it works. You know, I'm probably not a very good player at Splinterlands, but I kind of know kind of what cards I like to use, and I know kind of how which ones I'm gonna get rid of and which one I'm gonna keep. Obviously, you tend to keep the ones that are epic. So I could show you the rarity level here. I mean, none of these are very rare. This is the wrong way around, isn't it? Yeah, I need to do it the other way around. So my rarest card is the High Priest Darius. So again, not very expensive, but I've not done any leveling up with him. You see, he's a very powerful card, but his mana is 10, so you often can't use him because your mana limit is too low to use a 10 mana card. But he's worth if I went to sell him. But if I we can go quickly look at the market. Don't see the price. The most expensive one, we've got $19 there. So here's a Darius here, but we can see obviously as we'd expect. When the blockchain kicks in, there's actually quite a lot of these cards for sale. So all these people have these cards for sale. This one is level 4, so it's more expensive. But the ones I've got, you know, I probably not a lot of demand to sell these. It looks like certainly not at this level. So probably if you were gonna really keen on it, you would probably just try and level him up and then sell him. But interesting nevertheless. So thanks for watching the video. I would thoroughly recommend you playing Splinterlands if you haven't had a go yet and you're interested in blockchain games. One of the easiest games to onboard with. Pretty simple. All blockchain games have their peculiarities, and if you're not really haven't spent a lot of time on blockchain, there will be things you have to overcome, but I think it's as good a starting point as any. If you are interested in doing that, I have a referral link in the box below. But thanks for watching this video. If you're interested in blockchain games, please do subscribe to the channel. We spend a lot of time kind of delving into this sort of stuff. Hope it's interesting. But thanks for watching this video, and hope to see you again soon.